Hello everyone, I'm RecV5.
And I'm Sandman99.
And we're back with Madden NFL 2004, Santa's Elves, Merry Christmas.
Yes.
But before we begin, Sandman99 wanted to look at a replay from play creation mode by the looks of it.
Yes, and I was playing around a bit with the single back big with twin wide receivers.
Yep.
And this is the out-of-the-box play. I forget what the title of the play is now. But it's basically a play-action pass in which the tight end on the right runs a very short out.
Yep.
And the tight end on the left runs a crossing pattern over the middle. And the slot guy runs about a 10-yard corner. Okay. And the left wide receiver there actually runs a drag underneath.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to run this play, though, I wanted to talk about this because we've talked about the Madden 04 psychic receiver syndrome before.
Yep.
And this particular play, even though I'm in play creation mode just screwing around, well, this really illustrates what we mean by psychic receivers. Because if you'll notice number 80 there, who's supposed to be running a corner route, he gets jammed by the linebacker there, right?
Yep.
And he basically now his route has been ruined, right? He's not going to run a corner route. Even if he does get off that jam, he's going to kind of stagger up the field in a random direction. But look at this. I'm not looking to see what's going on here. All I'm doing is I'm practicing running this play, which is an out-of-the-box play, by the way.
Yep.
Just to try and learn how it works. And what I'm doing is I'm just throwing the pass on time, because if this slot guy is running about a 10-yard corner, well, like
about that time he'll get down the field.
Yeah, about that time he'll get down the field far enough to make his cut on the corner route.
But in this case, he got jammed.
But in this case, he got jammed. But look at this. After the jam, all of a sudden he knows now to turn around and catch this pass at point blank range. Right?
Oh, God.
That's absolutely ridiculous. There's absolutely no way that he should have been able to even see that pass coming. Right?
Yeah.
Never mind turn around and catch it. He's not even going, if this is real life, he's not even going to be looking for that in that direction.
Yeah, you're just going to be throwing it at number 56 there.
Yeah.
If you threw this. But likely you're probably just going to, if you're throwing this on time, you're throwing it downfield and there's just nobody
That's right.
there.
I'm throwing this to a point on the field because with play action I discovered that you pretty much have to figure out what the timing is on certain routes. And then you just do your play fake and then you get the ball, on time to whoever it is that you're trying to throw.
Yep.
And if you go back to the beginning of the play here, and we'll zoom out a bit, and then line up over top of the slot guy, and then just run the blue circle down the field, okay? And I'll show what this route should have looked like, okay? If you just cross the 30-yard line about behind that defensive back there.
Yep.
Like the 30-yard line.
Okay.
Okay, right about there. Okay, that's about where this receiver would be making his cut toward the sideline.
Like
at a roughly 45-degree angle.
Yep.
So, really, he shouldn't even be looking back for the ball until he crosses the 30-yard line, right? And as far as I'm concerned, what should happen is if you throw the ball any sooner than that, then he's not going to see it coming, and it doesn't matter where you throw it. He's not going to be able to catch this ball anyway, right?
Yeah, it should be such that if a route has a cut in it, the receiver doesn't look for the ball until he's made a cut.
Yeah, or at least, exactly. When he's running a post or a corner, well, there's a cut point a few yards up the field, right?
Yep.
And, for say what they call a 10-yard corner, well, that's going to be around 7 or 8 yards upfield where he makes the cut.
Yeah.
And if you throw the ball at him before he makes that cut, well, he should still be looking up the field and trying to evade defenders. He shouldn't be looking back because a receiver doesn't run his entire route with his head turned around backwards watching the quarterback, right? Because you can't even run full speed and make evasive cuts and that kind of thing when you're running that way.
Yeah.
So basically he's not even going to be looking for this ball until he reaches that waypoint on his route.
Not like that, but that's thrown pretty good too.
Yeah, and really, yeah, that's like that's a fastball that he's handling from about 6 yards away, right? Like we're talking, the length of your driveway, maybe if you have an average size front yard, right?
Yeah,
the length of your driveway away. And Brett Favre is throwing that ball as hard as he can at you from that close. And you've only just turned around and you probably didn't even see that ball until it was almost going to hit you.
Yep.
Right? Because you started off with your back to it when he throws it. Like, watch. He throws it. Like, he begins the throwing motion. Well, he doesn't even turn around to react to that ball until it's already in the air. So, I don't know about, this guy who's an elite pro athlete and all that kind of stuff, but I know for me, if I turned around and saw a 50-mile-an-hour football coming at me from 2 yards away, I'm probably not going to have a chance to even move, never mind put my hands up to try to catch it.
Well, let's be real. Donald Driver can do a lot of amazing things, but I don't think he could have caught this.
Yeah, well, anyway, I know we're kind of meandering around here, but the point I wanted to make was when they translated from Madden 04 here to Madden 05, if they wanted to help the defense out, instead of doing cheesy things like having offensive linemen drop blocks and that kind of nonsense, well, they could have fixed the passing game so that your receiver could actually have to run a certain portion of his route before you could throw it to him.
And so that he's not psychic.
Yeah, basically eliminate the psychic receiver syndrome and make it so that receiver, it will simply not be possible to throw a completed pass to that receiver until he passes a certain point in his pass route.
Yep.
And that point will vary depending on what kind of pass route it is, right? So if you're trying to throw a curl to him, well, the point when you should throw the curl ideally is just as he's starting to turn around.
Yeah.
Right? If you throw it sooner than that,
you'll hit him in the back.
You're going to hit him in the back with it because he's not going to be turning around yet. He's not going to see it coming, right?
Yeah.
And if it's a corner like this, well, you shouldn't be able to throw it to him until he actually reaches the point on the field where he makes the cut and turns his head and starts looking back toward you, because if you throw it sooner than that, he's not looking at you and he doesn't know where this ball is going to go, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing with an in or an out, even a streak has probably got a certain critical waypoint along that route, even though it's a straight line. And, if you're running a 25-yard streak, chances are you're going to run as fast as you can down the field for probably at least 15 yards before you turn around and look for the ball. Because you can't run as fast with your head turned around backwards as you can with it forwards.
Yeah, because you've got to beat your guy first.
Because you have to beat your defender first, yeah. And so they could have added a lot of realism to the passing game and made it, along the lines of that fear the D thing. But to tell you the truth, I'm having a terrible time trying to pass in 2004 here, whereas passing in Madden 05 is a breeze.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, you too. I mean, we both set passing records of well over 5,000 yards passing in a single season in Madden 05, but I don't think I'm going to get there in this season. Not at the rate that I'm going anyway, because in
spite of the psychic receivers.
Yeah, in spite of the psychic receivers. So, I've been really struggling. And the main thing about Madden 04, of course, is the pass rush.
Yeah.
And, literally the only thing here that what happens is you notice that play action is a bit more effective.
Yeah, number 94 is on the outside rush, and he comes clean.
Yep. And then he turns in, whereas if I were a user running a play action pass in Madden 05, well, chances are that guy would have ignored the play fake, and number 58 and number 62 there in the middle would have completely dropped that block, and that defensive tackle would have just rushed straight through the line at me. The blocking would have basically disintegrated almost immediately, right?
And that's your double team block right there.
Yeah, exactly. So, they could have... basically, I think that the main issue they needed to address to make the defense play better is basically take away the Superman capabilities of the passing game, right?
Yep.
But anyway, that's my opinion. And for what it's worth, there it is. So I guess we'll go on to the game now, hey?
All right. And we're back.
Yes. And here we go. And we are in week 3 of exhibition. And this week, our opponent is the Oakland Gorillas.
And they're a strong defense team.
Yes, they are, by the looks of it.
And they apparently also have an amazing running back.
Yeah, well, a lot of these strong D teams do tend to have good running backs.
You know, like 3/4 of the teams we generated randomly were either like Smash Mouth or Strong D. Everybody in the league is going to have a strong running back.
Yeah.
It's going to define the league.
Well, I'm glad that there were no more all Madden teams than there were, because like I said, I played a practice game against the all Madden Green Bay Goblins today.
Yeah, you told me about that.
And it was crazy. It was a crazy nightmare. Like they threw 57 passes in the game, and they ran the ball 3 times.
Wow.
3. And not only that, but they racked up something like 540 yards passing.
Oh my God.
But in the process, they also threw 5 interceptions. Like, I got 5 interceptions because I've discovered defensively that the secret to getting interceptions is to play flat zones with your corners, because they like to throw to the outside a lot, and the cornerback flat zones are basically the only way to stop that.
Well, maybe I'll have to integrate some into my own playbook.
So what I do with my basically my 5 deep defense now is I'll play 3 deep zone with the 3 inside guys, and the cornerbacks on the outside play hard flats. And then I just cover the short zones in the middle as best I can with who I've got left.
Yeah.
NFL matchup. Thanks for joining us. A great preseason matchup today for you as the visiting team match up against the home team. Hi, everyone. I'm Al Michaels, here for more great NFL action with my partner, John Madden. And hold on, because this is going to be a good one.
Well, we definitely have one.
Some of these camera angles just don't agree with Santa Claus's physique, man.
He's got all the tools that you look for.
Well, he's definitely outside the 99% range.
The visiting team have a few receivers.
Boy, they sure love to show off this guy, probably because he's the only good player on the offense.
He's always finding an open spot on the defense to give
it seems like he gets shown off every game.
It wouldn't be surprising to see them hook up.
Yeah, I've had a lot of trouble taking advantage of his talents, though. Like I said, passing has been really a struggle for me so far. And I was absolutely shocked about that, because passing in Madden 05, like I said, is so easy, right?
Yep. In spite of the fact that it's the year of the D.
Yeah, well, it's the year of the porous D.
Or the year of the offensive miscue?
Yeah, it's not fear the D, it's fear the offensive miscue, yeah. Basically. I fear the Madden 04 D far more than the Madden 05 D.
Really, I think one of the strongest points of the Madden 04D, even though the Madden 04D has this problem where people run around with their hands at their sides all day long, is that they have a lot of mixed coverages. They combine man coverage and zones, a lot like I combine man coverage and zones in my own playbooks. So they'll have like linebackers in man coverage and then all the defensive backs are in zones, or they'll have like a couple of defensive backs in man coverage and all the linebackers are playing zones, including flat zones and other things like that.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It is a nightmare trying to, like read their defenses, for one thing, because they also disguise what they're doing a lot better. Because in Madden 05, you know when they've man-locked and they're bringing the safeties down, because they bring the safeties down to the line. You know that a safety's playing man coverage on somebody, because if he is, he's moving down to the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep.
Whereas in this game, they will play man coverage without locking sometimes. You know, like they disguise their coverages much better.
Okay, well, they don't have blazing speed at wide receiver.
No.
They don't have blazing speed at tight end either. Might be okay.
We'll go back to the play on the field.
Well,
really the main problem is going to be that running back, because apparently they have a fantastic running back.
yeah. Well, they also have a basically all Madden quality defense. So I'm expecting to have a continuance of the troubles that I've had, right?
White sends a man in motion. That misdirection play works, and they pick up about 7.
See, I wonder if Green Bay played that way because maybe they played that way in real life. I don't know. Like maybe the Packers didn't run. I can't see them not running the ball though with Thaman Green as their halfback, right?
Well, not only that, but they're one of 2 offenses to have the Jumbo T in their playbook this year.
Yeah, you would think that they would at least make a token effort to run, but I was amazed, right? Like they did. They threw almost 60 passes, and they ran the ball 3 times. And not only that, but they basically ran almost 70 plays in that game, right?
Yep.
You know, like with the amount of time of possession that they had, they were averaging almost 3 plays a minute.
Drops back, under pressure, throwing short to the right side. He's short of the first with that catch.
That kind of thing always makes me shake my head. What was the guy thinking?
Now, was that our flat zone guy that got out there? Is that actually working okay?
Well, it did this time because they had a wide receiver out wide, like out right. So he actually kept a flatter trajectory down toward the line, right? But I think you also had a man coverage guy over there.
Yep. Yeah, I was, even though they only had 3 wide receivers, I was running a 4-man coverage scheme. Because I have a tendency to favor the dime defense in this game instead of the nickel, because of how the assignment trading works.
Yeah.
That's why I end up in those 4-man coverage situations a lot.
Wow, look at that.
He tucks it away.
Wow, nickel blitz.
Yeah, did you see how everybody crept toward the line, though?
Yeah, they definitely were playing press coverage there.
He has a fast first step.
But that's probably better than bringing the entire 11-man box down to the line.
Yeah, that being said, I did have a bit of success against the Green Bay Goblins, and it was mainly doing this kind of thing.
Ah, the screen game.
Pressure coming, goes over the middle.
Oh, he dropped it. No, it was like throwing that kind of pass over the middle, right?
Oh, okay.
Really have the time that
Yeah.
he needed to make the play. The quarterback has to know who his outlet guy is and get the ball to him when he feels that pressure coming.
Dropping back, goes with a short pass.
Oh, come on!
He had it, you had the blocking, it all set up.
Look at this, see that?
Yeah, it all set up there.
Yeah, it totally did. There was like 3 blockers and three men out there, and he turned around and just
Dropped it.
yeah, hands of stone. But I didn't want to throw it over the middle because I saw this guy sitting here, right?
Yeah.
And I guess I could have, maybe, but I don't think I would have made enough yards for a first down anyway.
Well, you weren't outnumbered on the right there, and that's what matters. That made it a good pass to throw. That player just didn't do his job.
Yeah, well, see, in that particular formation, I use the halfback too, right? Because I'm basically considering it to be pretty much just a run play, right? A running play where I actually throw it to him. And then, you know, like the blocking, if it sets up good, and if one guy misses a block or something, he should be able to, hopefully be able to break a tackle, right?
Yep.
But, you know, it's not really any different than a run play behind the offensive line, right? The only problem, of course, is that he has to actually catch the ball.
Second and short of coming after a good pickup through the air.
Right here is one of those situations where you can pretty much open up the whole playbook. You can go with the play fake and look for something deep, or you can just run the ball. Just about anything is an option.
Using motion.
See, that coverage trade will work.
Yep.
But there are situations where that kind of thing doesn't work properly.
Good penetration there. Was some valuable yardage on that.
Well, the shotgun run works about as well here as it does in Madden 05, right?
Yep.
1 yard to go. Dropping back, stepping up, the throw. He got his hands on it, but the pass falls incomplete.
Well, we had the short zone guy in the middle, and the short zone guy is the guy that hit him there, not the man coverage guy.
Yeah, well, that's why you play that short zone. I actually got an interception. One of the 5 interceptions I got against Green Bay was the guy playing that short zone in the middle because he tried to throw a short post to the tight end over the middle, right? And so he threw it right directly at that player, and all he had to do was jump up in the air a little bit and catch it, right? Wow, you know what? This is some kind of weird looking press coverage.
And the blitz on the left, I bet.
Yep. Pass on first down.
And then that's probably a holding penalty, so now that's going to come back.
Oh, damn.
Going to be on the offense.
I don't know what the heck that was all about. There wasn't any holding on that one.
Well, John disagrees with the call.
Yeah, whose idea was it to turn penalties up here anyway? Okay, well, I guess we'll run that same play again.
He made a quick read and got rid of it in a hurry.
The quarterback delivered that pass right on the mark. There's no defense for a perfect pass.
Closing in, gets the pass off.
There, you see that?
Nice.
Yeah.
I had a great deal of success throwing that kind of pass against Green Bay. Because any team that likes to man lock and use press coverage, well, the 90-degree cut at the line does really well at beating the jam, right?
Yeah, especially because those all Madden players are probably like perfect at the jam, right?
Yeah.
Tucks it away. Still running. Rumbles ahead.
Oh, that was a pretty good run.
Yep. And of course, we've got a return to the big full house.
Yeah, the 2 tight end full house.
Yep, the 2 tight end full house.
Fullback handoff. 2, maybe 3 yards on the ground for the fullback. Two yards to go. Ball on the 27-yard line.
See those wide guys there? The only problem I have sometimes with this play if I throw this ball too quickly is that defensive end and that linebacker can actually go over there and tackle my receiver before he gets control of the ball.
Gets the pass off, and it's complete.
Nice.
At least if it's an all Madden team anyway, right? I threw that screen to my wide receiver in the Goblins game that I played.
Yeah.
And I was running down the field and their defensive end ran me down from behind.
Well, that guy does have 99 speed. I think all the all Madden defensive ends, so this isn't true of the defensive tackles, but of the defensive ends, they all have like 98, 99 speed.
Yeah. Well, anyway, my wide receiver could not outrun that defensive end. I did manage to pick up a few yards on the play, but you know, instead of it turning into a nice long gain, it was basically a
It's 2nd down and 6 to go.
A mess, a
you know,
loss.
well, a modest gain, like about a 6-yard gain, right?
Yep.
Let's see if they blitz that outside linebacker again. That's what I'm hoping here.
With the pass, he
Yep.
finds his man.
And again, against this defense, because these guys are pretty good, if you look at the replay of this, you'll notice that it's only the, like, you see because they're playing that press coverage with this guy here, it makes the blockers act weird, right?
Yep.
And they almost kind of try to form a mini pocket here instead of, you know, like going forward and blocking. But then once the ball's in the air, what happens is I can at least get one guy on him, and then the other two guys, they turn around and they look for backside pursuit, right?
How weird.
Yeah, it's strange. I wish they would go upfield instead, because like I said, in most cases, even you know, superhuman defenders are not fast enough to make this kind of distance up, right?
Yep.
You know, like, I don't really need them to block there. I need them to be out here.
Yeah, well,
But-
if they'd have picked up that safety, you could have got the first down.
But it seems to be largely dependent on what this guy does, right? So if he's playing like a flat zone here or something, well, then they react all strange and they know, like, go in a different direction to what I want them to go, right?
Let's get back to the
But if
action on
they,
the field.
if he plays something else like a deep zone, they run upfield after him, right?
Yeah. Yeah, if he drops off, then they follow him up the field, right? Well,
Nobody on Hales, maybe.
yeah.
Pressure, fires it out to the right.
Nobody on Hales.
Yep.
First down.
That still
Showed
works.
Awareness by the receiver. He knew just where he had to go to get the first down, crossed a marker, and then looked for more.
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Well, you know what? In this situation, I'm going to try the good old standard here.
Of running with the fullback right at them.
He'll get
Yep,
it again.
they'll just pound it right up the middle.
This is exactly how to get the ball in the end.
My philosophy being that even if I don't get in after 3 shots, I'll just kick the point blank range field goal and be happy.
They'll get set for the extra point. And it's on
See,
its way.
imagine
The extra
every
point
kicker in the NFL doinking in field goals like that in a real game. Right?
Most
Yeah.
impressed me about that
Well,
last
since they
drive was
changed the
offensive
field
line.
or extra
They did a
point
good
rules
job
here a
controlling
couple or
the
3
line of
years
scrimmage,
ago, they,
keeping their
you know,
quarterback
like
healthy and on
if
his
this
feet.
game were to
A strong
reflect
offensive
that,
line is a first,
you're looking
most
at like
important
a
component to an effective offense.
40-yard field goal or something just to kick an extra point every time, right?
He sends it off.
Well,
Oh,
that went the wrong way, but okay.
Yeah, it looks like it's deep enough.
Downs it in the end zone.
Yeah.
No return this time, and the offense heads out into the field, taking over at the 20.
It looks like they're going to come out passing now.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 20.
What were you doing over there?
I
Playing
think I
a-
got control of the wrong guy.
Yeah, you were controlling the corner over on the right side of the
Yeah.
screen there.
Good thing they didn't throw a pass. No, I think I just took control of the wrong guy pre-play, pre-snap there.
Right from the shotgun. Under pressure.
Yeah!
Santa Claus gets the sack.
Hey, I can live with that.
3rd and long. Ball on their own 20. White sets up. Steps up into the pocket. Throws it. Nearly intercepted.
Well, that was pretty good defense there. That guy stuck his hands up.
Everything right
Yep.
on that one. He was able to read the quarterback's eyes. He got
Well,
himself
he was the
in a
man
good
coverage
position
guy
to
on
make
that
the
guy, and it
interception.
looked like that guy
When it
had
got
beaten
to
him to the outside. That
bounced
ball
off
was
his
just a
hand.
little underthrown. But these guys, I think, were overall 79 at halfback, so they're not really all that great.
Yeah, it looks like their punter's not that great either, eh?
Yeah, that punt
a
was so
smart thing to
short.
do with the coverage team closing in for a big hit.
Well, you know what, though? If you punt the ball short, then I guess you have no trouble covering it.
That's true. Oh my.
Looks like he's changing the play. Number 1 with a man in motion.
Yeah, that guy might be an accurate punter or something.
Dropping back to pass on first down. Gets rid of it. The 40. The rush was on. But
Did you
it's
get
a
the
nice
first?
gain thanks to
Oh,
a
not
nice
quite.
throw.
They know the
Inches
defense is
away.
stumbling on a blitz, and when the pressure doesn't get to the quarterback quickly enough,
Well, at
sometimes
least he
lanes
protected
go
the ball and
downfield.
didn't fumble it or
That's
anything.
exactly what happened on
That happens a
play.
lot.
Well, look at this. They got the goal line defense out here. Well, okay.
Directing traffic.
Time for the dive.
It's time for the dive.
This one is handed off.
Not sure if I made it, but yeah, I just made it. Barely.
Yeah, I think they pushed you back across the line, so you got your forward progress there.
Yeah, well, you know what? That's why you dive like that, right? Like you do the fullback dive thing because at least even if you get stopped, you're not going to lose anything, right?
Yep.
Pressure coming. Throwing. And it's complete.
Oh!
The 30. The 20.
Look at that. You got your block and all set up there.
Yeah, that's pretty much how this play is supposed to work, right? You see, these guys are supposed to, like, well, they sort of did the weird pocket thing again, too, but because that corner kind of backed up a couple of steps, well, you
They
know,
didn't start to back up right away.
Once the outside guy picks his man up, and then you see the safety coming up, and then the next guy, he sees the safety coming and moves up and, you know, engages him.
And then the last guy doesn't really do anything, but who cares?
Yeah, well, that's why there's 3 of them out there, right?
In case one or two of them fucks up.
Yeah, and by the way, all 3 of these guys, these are the tight ends, right?
Oh, okay.
Tight end 1, 2, and 3, they're all out there. And the reason that I go with the tight ends out there is because I don't hardly ever throw any passes to them out of this formation. But they are out there for the screen blocking,
Yep.
right? I would have put offensive linemen out there if I could have.
Yeah, well, sadly, it looks like you can't have custom packages in this game. So if you want a quote-unquote custom package, you actually need a custom formation for it.
Yeah.
Or design your formations such that you can modify them with depth chart substitutions. So, for example, in all my defensive substitutions, I have middle linebacker 3 as a key player in there, but then I have middle linebacker 3 as the right defensive end, and middle linebacker 4 is the left defensive end.
Yeah.
And so if the left defensive end is out on the field, then it's the right defensive end who's playing middle linebacker 3, and vice versa.
Handed off to the back.
And the only reason I do that is so that they have the coverage behavior of linebackers
Yeah.
when they play their flat zones and stuff, because if they play their flat zones like defensive linemen, they have a tendency to bite on play action play fakes, and I just don't like that. I want them to have their first line of preference be defending the pass, even if they are defensive ends.
First down and goal to go.
Besides that, we got a 66 speed defensive end on this team. He'd be a waste if you
Yeah.
didn't use him in coverage.
Yeah, you got to use them, eh?
Calling an audible.
Well, they got a pretty wide front there, so I think it's time to just pound it right at them.
It's always time to pound it right at them.
Stops him for negative yardage. Collins was stuffed on that play.
Ah, you lost
They're
1
just
yard. Who
relentless
cares?
when the offense decides to run the ball. They break down blocks very quickly. They do a good job maintaining their gap assignments, limiting cutback opportunities.
And that's it for the first quarter.
The teams as which side?
Well, it's been easy
Second
going so
quarter.
far. Let's hope it continues. Boy, they sure do move around a lot.
Hands it off to the fullback. Rumbles ahead for a yard, maybe 2.
Well, they didn't get much there.
So now we have 3rd and goal.
Yeah, a yard, maybe 2. That gave you inches, man.
Yep, it did.
And this is the 8th play of this drive. Man in motion. Closing in.
It worked though. I can't believe it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at this. See, this is another way to beat the jam, right? Is what I did here is this guy, if I send him in motion, he's going to go all the way out to here.
Yep.
But what happens is if there's a guy covering him in man coverage and they're like playing press coverage, they'll jam him if I wait for him to go out here.
Yep.
So what I do is I snap the ball while he's still running sideways, and then he can't be jammed.
Yeah, because it's an anti-jam technique.
That's right. We learned that, actually.
Because the AI does this all the time.
That's right. And so basically all he's got to do is catch this pass that hits him right in the hands. Right? And it's a touchdown.
Yeah. Too bad.
Right? There wasn't even any pressure to speak of here because this pass gets away so fast, right? You know, like this was a very fast pass too. I'm very disappointed that he didn't catch that. Wow.
Back to the game.
But he's the halfback, and I guess he's not as good at catching passes as the wide receiver is. But that's 2 passes he's dropped in this game now.
From about
Yep.
20 yards out. And it's up. Splits the uprights.
But an extra point length field goal, I guess, is better than nothing.
Well, you know what? It still means that they have to score twice now to take the lead.
Yep.
He got all of that
Oh, yeah, in that Green Bay game I played today, I couldn't believe how many holding penalties I got on punt and kickoff returns. Like every time I received a kickoff.
Oh, that's our left outside linebacker.
Yeah, every time I received a kickoff, I ended up starting from inside my 20 because I kept getting backed up 10 yards, eh?
Wow. Maybe penalties are a little high. I don't know. I only turned them up to 65. Maybe we should turn them down to 60.
You need to take control of your right player again.
Pass play here on first down. Pressure, stepping up with the throw, slips the tackle. The fullback was on the receiving end.
And he's a good option coming out of the backfield. He can do a lot more than just block. He can catch it out of the backfield, carry it, and heck, I've even seen him throw it once or twice.
You've never seen him throw it, Madden.
Yeah, I don't think that fullback throws the ball much. Nice.
Right there, stopping the play for a loss.
I'll tell you, that comes from watching a lot of film and knowing the tendencies of the opponent. That was a heck of a play.
Tucks it away. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
Wow, do you think that they're being a little timid there?
I don't know.
3rd down and long coming up here. Ball on their own 20.
It could be because they're a strong D team, though. Their offense on paper is actually not much better than ours, right?
Watch it here.
Yeah, that's true.
Great call on 3rd down to keep this drive alive. They were in a tough spot here. This is a heck of a throw and catch to pick up that 1st down.
Again with the run. Picks up 5. They need 5.
In the huddle with me again.
Under pressure, throws it. This pass is incomplete. He was unable to bring that one in.
That looked like it hit him on the helmet.
Just popped right out of there.
Let's check in quickly with Melissa.
Okay, he'll be fine.
Well, that's it for him for this game anyway, because all the players change at halftime, right?
Well, actually, I think he's a special. He's a what the hell's it called? He's typically a second string player because he backs up Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
I'll tell you, sometimes the back needs to know when to just go down because he's trying to make something happen that's not going to happen, and they end up losing a bunch of yards.
He's punting for the 4th time tonight. Here's the
This guy, I swear, he's an accurate punter. He's not got a leg on him,
so
but
the punt goes out
everything he
of bounds.
kicks
Yeah,
is just not returnable.
He never kicks a bad punt. He just can't kick it very far, right?
That's right.
With the carry.
Wow, that guy that tackled me wiped out 2 blockers before he got to me. Hey? See that?
Yeah.
He actually fought off another... See that? He fought off the first guy, right?
Yep.
The tight end. And then he wipes out my lead blocker.
Well, they did say they had a really strong defensive line on this team.
Yeah. Well, they must have. What kind of defensive what kind of defensive formation is that? Is that dime flat?
I couldn't tell you.
Coming, goes with a short pass to the right
Oh!
side, and he's brought down in the backfield by number 25.
Yeah, see that? And probably could have picked him up, except that they didn't do that little pocket forming thing that they often do, right?
Yeah.
So that guy just came cruising over there, and I couldn't even get control of him after he caught it, right?
Yep.
Now, this
Well,
is
at least
what
you
a
didn't
receiver
cough it
with
up.
Great concentration can do for you. He makes a catch, and he knows he's going to get nailed. But he does a heck of a job of holding on to it and bringing it down.
And then John's talking him up. He's like, man, that was the best 5-yard loss I've ever seen in my days of football.
Yeah, really, eh?
He surveys the field.
Oh, shit. I pressed the wrong button.
And he forced him.
It's all good.
And the key to that play was the pressure on the quarterback.
I didn't want to
They were
press that
insane,
button, but
and it caused the throw into
for
the
some
middle of
reason
the
I pressed that
zone
button.
for an interception.
So after the interception, now it's 1st and 10.
I still get the button schemes confused.
First down.
He's scrambling.
Yeah. I still get the button schemes confused in this game because I'm kind of used to the Sony slash
Microsoft layout?
Microsoft layout, and the Xbox layout. The dome buttons are backwards, right? So half the time I'll be looking at the guy I want to throw to, and I'll press what I think is the right button, and I'll end up throwing it to somebody else, right?
Yep.
Drops back, closing in, gets rid of it, and it's
Well, you just got that one
the
back.
30, the 40. Thomas showed outstanding athletic ability by grabbing that one.
The receiver didn't do a very good job of fighting for that one.
Following the interception, it's now 1st and 10. Number 1 sees something in the defense. This one is handed off.
Yeah, the automatic play calling lined me up in man 2 flats with a spy. And because it wasn't reversed or screwed up or anything, I just decided to stay in it.
Yeah.
And it worked out.
Yeah, well, like I said, with all the interceptions that I got against the all Madden goblins, 3 of them were by cornerbacks playing hard flats, right?
Dropping back, throwing short to his left. He hits his receiver.
Ooh, I managed to outrun that guy to the outside.
Perfect pass, great catch, and that'll...
Let's see how that worked this time. See, they react differently because this guy backpedals.
Yeah.
So they all head up the field then, and then they block him out, right?
Looks like he juggled that a little when he caught it.
And it looks like the linebacker's playing a curl flat, but he's playing a little bit soft, so I actually have the angle on him so I can run away from him, right?
Yep.
And welcome back. 1st and 10. Ball on the 35-yard line. Looks like he's changing the play. Throws it, and it's complete. How about that speed? Great individual effort.
Not only did the quarterback show off his strong arm, but the receiver displayed some amazingly soft hands. A great throw with an even better catch is always an easy way to pick up first down.
So what are you running here?
Off tackle to the right.
Still. Gain of about 1.
Yeah, speaking of all those interceptions you got against Green Bay, this is the year of the interception, right? Like,
Yeah.
when I was running my sim games trying to decide sliders for this thing, like, you would see, like, double-digit interceptions in a game. It was crazy. Even if you put in, like, an amazing quarterback, like Peyton Manning or something like that, like, still double digits.
So they're able to pick up another first down.
I managed to squirt in between the defenders there, eh?
Yep.
I guess you could almost call that a naked screen, right?
Well, you're in field goal range at least.
See, this I want to throw as a, like, basically as a snap and a throw.
Dropping back, flings it to the outside.
Pretty much just like that, right?
Yep.
Touchdown, visiting team. Great timing on that touchdown.
But again, though, you're kind of depending on, like, this guy. You know, like, he was playing aggressively, and he just ran right into number 80 there, right? And then, of course, it's kind of, you know...
Blocking the backside pursuit.
But that's okay. This guy could have legitimately maybe given me trouble, because it takes a second or two after. For some reason, you can't just run after catching this ball like this. You know, like, you've got to fight for control of this guy, because look at that. He's got to, you know, he can't turn to his right and run away. He's got to turn all the way around to his left.
Yep.
And that takes time, which is why, you know, sometimes a fast defensive player like this can come over and get you if you don't have that guy coming back and doing the backside blocking, right?
Yep.
So it's kind of hit or miss as to whether you're going to make good yardage with that particular play or not. But it's successful often enough, and it's fairly low risk.
So they're trying to tack on the extra point.
You know, like, defenders can't jam that guy because he's behind the line of scrimmage when he catches the ball. And if they do try to play jam coverage, they're trying to jam a tight end that's probably going to knock them down.
Yeah, because
right?
he's trying to block anyway.
Because he's trying to block them anyway.
Find a way to slow this offensive unit down.
It's just basically one of those anti-jam tactics that I'm trying to work out, you know?
Just because the jam is so strong in this game.
Just because the jam is so strong in this game, right?
We'll start this drive from the 20. They'll go from the I formation.
You know what, that worked out so well last time? Let's run it again.
Dropping back back to pass on first down.
What the hell happened there?
Just couldn't get
I think he got a sack by hip checking him there, right?
He's stumbling all over the place,
Yeah,
man.
he stumbled into him and knocked him over. Yep. Wow, that's funny.
I gotta say, they have really fast linemen on this team, though. I actually can't accelerate fast enough to get anywhere near this guard.
Yeah, but your defensive end managed to blow past that offensive lineman, though, and there you go.
Now they're looking at 2nd and long after the sack.
Sack, that's totally what happened there. Totally.
Yep, totally.
They line up in the I formation. Under pressure, throws it, perfect throw. What a stiff arm. And he's forced out of bounds at the 18. So a pickup of maybe 3.
Well, they were trying to get some freebie for nothing there.
Come on, partner. Catch the ball, man. Out of the gun, dropping back, throwing.
Now there was Santa Claus coming around, and so he throws it away.
Yep. Well, even if he catches that, he's not making a first down, I don't think, anyway. Because there was 2 guys right there to tackle him, right?
Yep.
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the punt. And he chooses
Again with this guy, man. Like, who is this guy? He must be like a Hall of Fame punter or something. Can't return anything. Although that one wasn't quite as good as the last ones, it still wasn't that bad.
Well, their line of scrimmage was the 18, so that was basically a 25-yard punt, 22 or 24-yard punt.
Pull back handoff. And he's done.
Now that's the worst he's done so far, though.
Straight ahead for a gain of a couple. Directing traffic.
Yeah, I thought I would revisit this just because of the wide-spaced defensive line that these guys tend to have.
Yeah. Well, you'd have an advantage running that kind of thing, running to the inside, right?
Yep.
They need 5. Ball on the 38-yard line.
Which means that even if I'm not going to get huge gains out of it, I'm still going to,
Comes out in their nickel
at least get positive yardage, right?
Yep. It makes these conversions a little easier.
I hope.
Looking for an option.
Oh, that's still a problem, though, right?
Yeah, the defensive lineman knocking things down.
The defensive lineman jumping up and knocking the pass down, right? It's awfully hard to deal with that, no matter what I've tried. About the only thing I could do is line up with a lopsided line with 2 extra blockers on one side or something, maybe. You know, like to prevent them from getting that close. But I honestly don't know what the solution is for that. Oh! Well, that's okay. It was a chance, right? That's why I like to do that, though, because it seems like there's a fairly high chance they'll mishandle it or something. Or something strange will happen, right?
Pressure coming.
I got a hit on him there.
Yeah, that would hit your defender in the ass. He's rubbing that sore spot on his right cheek there.
Oh, God.
Ow, that hurt.
Now, the big thing is Pittman here doesn't have the greatest acceleration in the world, right?
Yep.
So I gotta do what I can in order to actually get near these guards.
Hey, they've got a quarterback that likes to scramble a little bit, too.
Yeah, it's a bit of a problem.
Well, I guess this is the year of the scrambling quarterback, right?
Yep.
So they need about 3 here. Ball on their own 23. Come on, D-up. Stay after him. Bulldog does it. Closing in with the throw.
Oh!
That's a live ball.
Oh!
Santa Claus picks it up and runs it in.
So the turnover
Oh,
leads to a
man.
score.
On these turnover situations, everyone's going one way, and then the ball
I don't
starts
think this
going the other
quarterback
way.
has a lot of
The next
discipline
thing you
because
know,
every
the
single
defense
time I
has
put a
6
spy
points.
out there so that he can't scramble, he like panics and does something stupid.
The kick is up.
And that was pretty stupid.
Yeah, well, you know what? Running backs are not the best pass catchers in the world.
And you can't be throwing them backwards
And
at
if you,
them.
yeah, like the all Madden teams can get away with that crap, but, you know, like regular teams can't, right? Because you see the all Madden teams throw backward passes behind the line of scrimmage all the time, right? And they get away with it. Wow. That guy just ran away from me.
Oh,
And then
well,
he lost
okay.
the ball.
Oh, but there's a face mask.
Okay, well. Wow. I wonder if that would have overturned that fumble if we'd have recovered it.
Probably.
Probably, yeah. A lot of fumbles. So far, we haven't fumbled the ball yet. Cross fingers, touch wood.
It's first and
Ha,
10.
yeah, knock on not wood.
Yeah. Because actually, I think our team, as a team, we have like 5 fumbles in the first 2 games, right?
Yep.
Which is an absolutely terrible amount.
Throws it. He hits his receiver. And it'll be second and less than 2 following that pass for decent yardage.
I'll tell you, when you've got second and short, you can call just about anything and everything. Because if you don't get it on this play, you can always go
Well,
back
be
out
ready
first
for
third,
the
and
hurry
you
up
still only
offense
need a yard or
now.
2 for the first
Yep.
down.
Oh, we're going to be lining up in man 2 spy because that seems like what's going to be the thing today with this particular quarterback.
Pressure. With
Wow,
I
look at
almost
that.
got a hit on him.
Yeah.
Number
Just came
31
right through the
hands up
line there.
and tipped the
Oh, they
pass
just let me
That's
through.
just great
Yep.
positioning by the defender. He has his eyes in the backfield.
Well, the thing
whole
is, though,
time.
if they have a low-rated offensive line, they probably, aren't the strongest offensive line in the world, too, either, right?
Well, not only that, but again, Pittman is kind of slow.
On third down so far. It's the call.
Ooh, Santa Claus or somebody over there got pancaked.
If the defense keeps giving up runs like that for first downs, they'll have to make some adjustments to slow this guy down.
Going to the air on first down. Incomplete.
Well, that was piss poor
Hey, I'm
man
sure they're gonna
coverage.
keep on
That
passing
dimeback
so
should
they
be
can
ashamed
get
of
in
himself.
range for some much needed points.
Yeah, but again, though, you know, like with the drop, you look at how that pass pattern was run, and we talked about that at the beginning of this recording, right?
Yeah, with the psychic receiver syndrome.
The psychic receiver syndrome. I'm not so sure that guy should have been even ready to turn around and look for the ball by the time it got there, right?
Gets rid of it. The pass is picked up.
And you see how
He just
fast.
got another one.
You see, yeah, and look at how fast he's rushing those in, right?
Yeah, let's take a look at that replay.
You know, like that's
It's like, what is that? Snap and then throw?
yeah, it's like weird. It's a snap and a throw, but you know, like he's throwing it at 3 defenders, right?
Yeah, 3 on 2, and then
It's 3 on 2, and not only that, but it looks like
none of those pass routes have matured.
Yeah, like what is this? Is he trying to run a streak here? Maybe.
Well, let's see how much yardage distance he
Okay,
goes.
5.
And the ball's already in the air before he hits 10.
Before he hits 10 yards, right?
He's at 7 yards, and the ball's already in the air.
Yeah.
That was a cutoff pass route.
So if that was a streak, then he was trying to throw it as like a 15-yard pass, right?
Well, and if that was something that wasn't a streak, then he
And
was
if that
cutting
was
it
something,
off.
if that was something that wasn't a streak, then yeah, he was cutting. But all I can do is guess that maybe it was a streak because he ran literally in a straight line all the way down the field, right?
For 7 yards.
For 7 yards, yeah.
Oh, man.
But that's something, though, that you're not going to see in Madden 05. Look at how this safety reacts, right? Like, that safety is actually over there in time to help out.
Yeah, he's not caught with his pants down.
Even though you have them in a non-standard alignment here, right?
Yeah, well, not only do I have them in a non-standard alignment there, but they're playing only a 2 deep. There's no 3rd deep guy.
That's right.
So
but
they spread out on their own.
Yeah, the safeties in Madden 04 tend to play much wider, And they really are there to support against the outside passing game, right?
Yeah, basically I never run that play in Madden 05 because they stay too close to the middle of the field, but in Madden 04 I run it all day long now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's calling an audible.
Because I can get away with it.
Fullback handoff.
Oh, that's a face mask.
That's a big one, too.
Ooh.
That just put us almost in midfield.
Oh, God.
Ooh, that'll be 15 yards, no question.
Well, I mean, to be fair, we got penalized on the kick return, so now we're just getting that yardage back. It all balances out, right?
Yeah, I guess so, hey. But you'll notice, though, with that full house, it's compatible with most of the other offensive formations that I use.
Still. 1 yard gain by the running back. I'm sure they'll be going to the air as long as they have the ball.
Okay, what are they doing here?
Number 1.
I don't like the way that looks, so I'm going to make a change.
It's 1 billion man coverage, guys.
Well, they had too many guys lined up.
Man in motion.
They had too many guys lined up. I'm going to move him back now because I see who's covering him.
Yeah, it's that safety.
Under pressure with the throw.
Oh, he caught it.
Yeah.
So that play goes.
But see, when I twitched him outside like that and I saw the safety move, then I know this guy is either A, blitzing, or B, playing some kind of a short zone, right?
Yeah, and if he's playing a short zone, then you want to have the ability to throw this pass without him interfering
with it. And since this is basically a stick route, this is like a 2.5 yard curl.
Yep.
Right? So I know I can get rid of it real quick. I can throw it off my back foot if I have to while I'm backpedaling. And I don't really have to worry about it being extremely accurate. I just have to hope that I can get it over the line, right?
Yep.
And if I can't get it over the line, well, you know, I guess it'll just be an incomplete pass. So nothing ventured, nothing gained, right?
So they just have a little timer on the super screen back there that says lineman jump, and then all the linemen jump.
Yeah.
It's 3rd down and 4 to go.
Well, I have to say that they are very, very good at, wow. You know what? Let's do this again. Wow, look at how wide that defensive end is out there, hey?
Number 37 goes in motion.
Okay.
Dropping back, pressure coming, throws it. He finds
a little bit short that time, but that's okay.
Another great catch, bringing his total to 5 for the game.
We can probably just let the clock run out here. Although 10, 9, 8, that would be a 52-yard field goal try, right?
I'd say run it down to 1 second, call a timeout, and then try.
Yeah. We'll call a timeout.
Stops the clock there.
And then we'll try this ridiculously long field goal and see if we can actually hit it into a 6-mile-an-hour wind. I doubt it, but if we miss, the clock will have run out anyways.
Attempt here. This one from about 52 yards away.
Ooh, well, I
I think you shanked it.
No, maybe not. Look at that. I made it. Hey!
He sends it right through the uprights.
Now you got lucky there.
Yeah, I did. I think there's a certain amount of randomness involved in that.
Yeah, when you flub one?
Yeah, because I didn't flub. I kicked that other one more accurately. Remember that one I missed?
Yep.
I kicked that one more accurately than I did this one, but that one kind of sliced right and hit the upright, and this one went right through the middle.
I wonder if it was because, too, you were already playing that direction to play against the wind.
I don't know.
So it ended up less bad.
Yeah. So anyway, it looks like I've got some modest offensive statistics going on here.
Oh! Look at you go!
Yeah, I think I got one. Yay!
Maybe we should get you to return the kicks from now on.
So he scores on an amazing
run so fast, I think he singed the turf.
I've never heard John say that one before.
Yeah, you singed the turf.
Yeah.
They'll line up
Now there you go, guys. It is possible to run kickoffs back.
Yep.
It happened to us last game, and now we just did it this game.
Yeah, well, I didn't even break a tackle there, so really all you need is a 90-plus speed player of any kind, right?
Yep.
And if the blocking sets up the right way, well, then you can take advantage of it, because all I did there was I just outran everybody on the coverage team, right?
Yep. Well, that probably put this game away.
Maybe, but we got the second stringers on for half time here, so...
It's okay. Santa Claus will get out there and cover his own kickoff.
Have their work cut out for them as they take over at the 18.
Yeah, so Santa Claus, the linebacker, has got a sack, and he's got a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and he's also returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
He's player of the game, man.
He's gonna be player. He's got to be player of the game, although they don't have that here.
Yep.
That was one of the good things they added in Madden 05.
Number 46.
Oh, there's going to be a holding penalty.
Yep. It's funny, but if you noticed on a holding penalty, if it's a run play and you get positive yardage, then you end up, first down and 16 or first down and 14 or something. But if it's a pass, you end up, like it basically negates the pass and you end up 1st and 20, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the rule is on that one.
Yeah, I don't know either. It's kind of weird. They don't treat runs and passes the same.
I half wish I came out in the what the hell is it called? The Spy again. I bet you... Oh,
well, they have a different... basically, that guy threw the same pass that other guy threw the interception on, right?
Yep.
They have a different quarterback out there, so this guy might not be able to run quite so much. Or they should have, unless their starter has an injury or something.
Yeah, and we've got this Styles guy at defensive tackle now, and the thing about this guy is he's not quite as good as the starter in terms of strength or anything, but he's actually a lot quicker.
Yep. Well, you almost made it there that time. You actually managed to hit him as he was throwing there.
You can't draw it up any better than that. Textbook first down.
Yeah, I think the pass rush might just be more effective with the second string defensive tackle here. As for the rest of the players, I mean, who the hell knows, but...
Well, you never know. Maybe Styles needs to be the first string defensive tackle.
Yeah, maybe. You see, I ran the other guy through the drill, I think.
Yeah, so. One thing I noticed, though, is that after playing the practice games in the practice league, that when you get progression, you get more different categories of progression than you do in Madden 05. For example, certain players I saw that in the progression gained a couple of points in agility or acceleration, like that kind of thing, right? Like they actually gained ability score points in things that
matter,
that might actually help them, right?
Yeah,
oh, look at that! Just threw another interception.
Yeah, I was playing the cornerback hook zone in the middle there. I had double cornerback hooks.
Yeah,
playing basically robber. My dimeback and nickelback were basically playing robber there.
When they come back on the field.
Yeah, let's have a look at this. So you got the two safeties playing deep.
Yep, and then the linebacker at the line there is playing deep too. So the guy who's the right end,
he's dropping back.
Yeah, but then I've got both nickelback and dimeback and hook zones there, and they just basically get to the position and stand there.
Yeah, and your corners are playing man on the outside. Is that what's going on here? Okay, so it's a mixed coverage that's mainly zone, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. And you're just basically taking a chance that they might try and throw it like that. Okay.
It's soft to the outside.
Yeah, at least they didn't throw this pass super early, like, you know what I mean? Like that looks like he just reached the break point.
Yeah.
When the quarterback released the ball.
And it's a post route.
And it's a post route. You can actually tell that that's a post route, right? Like you can actually tell what that is. However, you happen to have a defender standing in a zone between the quarterback and the receiver he was trying to throw to.
That's right.
There you go. And
Well,
that's
that's
actually
how we generated
Back to the action
interceptions.
on
So,
the
like,
field.
anytime I got interceptions in Madden 05, I got them on that play.
Yeah.
And it looks like it works exactly the same in Madden 04. You put a defender in his zone there. If they try to throw a post route, it's an instant interception. That's also how you take away the slant,
Oh,
too.
wow, I had no time.
Penalty marker down on the field.
Oh, well.
A team has to show discipline and execute properly out there.
Oh, yeah, and that's also how you take away the slant, too, for, like, our little slant routes.
And get a win.
Yeah, that would also counteract that. That's actually why I drew that play to begin with.
Number 25.
Oh, well, that's okay. You know, screw the delay of game. You don't need to worry about that at all with a running game like that.
2nd and 7 coming up here.
I don't have a lot of rushing yards in this game, though. Right? Like, my offensive output is pretty modest so far, really.
Especially compared to the number of points that are up on a board.
He sees something in the defense. Number 25.
Oh,
Rumbles ahead for a yard.
I think that was a defensive tackle making the tackle there.
Yeah, it looks like it. Hey, yeah, let's try something like this. But I haven't tried running this play yet, so this is going to be a bit of an adventure.
You might be able to hit Fulker on the right. I think there's a one deep. Nope, I was wrong.
Oh, look at that.
That was that in route over the middle.
That's right. See, I was looking at the coverage here, right? And I saw this guy's a safety, this guy's a linebacker, and usually they like to play flats with their linebackers, right?
Yep.
So, and there he goes, right? He's playing some kind of man coverage. He's covering this guy.
Yep.
So this guy is probably covering him man to man, but again, this is another one of these things I tried out to negate the jam. You see how this guy's getting jammed at the line?
Yeah, he's never
Right.
going to run his
Yeah,
route.
he's just basically become a non-receiver in this pattern, right? And they don't all get jammed at the same time, although this guy used the 90-degree cut at the line before he goes out in the pattern, right? So if this guy wants to play aggressive and jam, sometimes that can even result, because this is a streak, right?
Yep.
After he does the cut. Sometimes this can result in him overplaying the jam and then this guy getting by him, right?
Yep.
Especially if this guy's fast. And that's basically just this is a route of last resort. It's like a swing pass,
Yeah.
pretty much, except that these two guys are tight ends, right?
Yeah, because this is like the max protect shotgun.
Yeah, this is like the max protect shotgun. If I wanted to throw a long bomb, then I would send three receivers deep and have these two guys pass block, basically.
Yep.
Just to give me enough time to run a deep route. But in this case, you know, like I've seen routes similar to the one this guy's running from running backs out of the shotgun with 2 running backs and 3 wide receivers.
Yep.
And so I drew this pattern kind of similar to the way that some of those patterns work, right?
Yep.
And I found a hole in the coverage, and there you go.
Now we get to see Santa Claus hold the place kick for Santa Claus.
And it's up. The extra point attempt is good. And so they didn't have very far to go and were able to take advantage of that and get the touchdown.
Those are the kind of touchdowns you have to get. Because if the defense forces a field goal or a turnover, it's really a victory for the other team. And you can often swing momentum the other way.
Booming kick.
Wow, that went in exactly the opposite direction to where I was aiming.
Well, at least it was symmetrical.
Yeah, well, at least it was still covered.
At the 21-yard line.
The kicking game is going to be an adventure in this one too, I can just tell.
Well, at least we're not kicking the ball out of bounds all the time.
Yeah, that's true. I've only done that once.
To carry it.
Oh, shit.
The 40.
Yes.
Oh, you got him.
Burst through the line.
You managed to fingernail him.
line created a good running lane, and the
Gotta
back
love the
saw it,
fingernail
so got
tackle.
through
You
it.
never love it when you're on offense, but I love it right there.
It's
Yep.
1st and 10.
Save
Ball
the
on 48-yard
touchdown.
line. Man in motion.
Yeah, I think it was what I was expecting a pass, so I moved over one step,
Yeah.
and that weakened the run defense significantly.
Incomplete pass. He just dropped that pass.
Boy, that hung up there for quite a while, too, eh?
Yeah, I'm actually surprised he dropped that one.
I'm surprised that defender didn't get over there under it a little quicker, too, just because of how long that ball was in the air. It was almost like he was in center field trying to track down that long, high fly ball, and he just couldn't locate it, right?
Yep. Okay, well, now I'll cheat over, because I don't really care if they're gonna...
He's looking.
Look at that, he got the sack, too. He fought off the cut block,
They
and
need some better blocking out of that
Yeah, that's the guy that got hurt.
You have to
Yeah.
use your hands.
Yeah, that was one of those funny ones where the guy, like, stumbles into the quarterback.
yeah. But it's nice. It's nice to see though that the cut block doesn't work as well in this game as it does in Madden 05, right?
Yeah.
I absolutely hate the cut block in Madden 05 because a little 200-pound halfback can block a 300-pound on-rushing defensive lineman just by dropping to the ground and tripping him.
Yeah.
Right. And
Well, that's okay. After the play, after he sacked the quarterback, he's like, number 61, you're coming down next.
Yeah, I'm going to tackle everybody. I'm going to tackle the world.
Oh, God.
It's 3rd down, and they have a long way to go.
Yeah. Bobby Boucher, eat your heart out.
Only one man back. Throws it. This pass
Oh, that
is
was a hot potato,
He
too.
overthrows his intended receiver.
And you want to lead the receiver so that he can catch.
Although,
and
if
run.
that had been
You
on
don't
target, how
to
much
lead
you
in
want to bet
one.
that receiver would have caught that?
Oh, probably. Look at the replay of that again. Let's see if we can play guess what the route was. No, he's already thrown it, and then that guy's not making a cut or anything like that, right?
Yeah, he winds up when that guy's 5 yards down the field.
Yeah. Yeah, like you can't tell what that is, right?
And welcome back.
I mean, I don't know. If he was an all-Madden receiver or a better receiver, he might have been able to catch that anyways.
Maybe.
Here's the kick. He's
But that's why I think that what they should have done when they started making improvements is they could have, I'm sure from you'd know more than me, but I'm sure from a programming point of view it wouldn't have been hard to put waypoints in on receiver routes. And if you're going to successfully throw a pass to a receiver, he has to pass a certain point in his route.
I don't think it would be difficult to design that.
Oh wow, somebody at the line got that one.
Have a look at this big defensive lineman. He couldn't get to the quarterback, so he got his hands up and he knocked it down.
I hate it when that happens.
Well, that's okay, because you got the screen game to fall back on all the time.
Yeah, I know. The last time I tried running it against this, though, I'm not sure that it worked out well.
Pressure coming.
Oh, okay, it's blitzing and all. Look at that. You see that? Those guys, they got up and they knocked it down. You see that?
Yeah, wasn't that the blitzer that got it? Nope.
Yeah, it was the blitzer that jumped up and knocked it down. Jeez. And I'm not throwing those as bullet passes. Like, that's a touch pass all the way, right?
And we go
Yep.
back to the game. Third and 10 coming up. Ball on their own 20.
Now the quarter defense again, right?
The home team come out of the quarter defense. Slings it to the outside.
Oh, then they missed one guy, right?
He didn't make it thanks to some great defensive work.
These guys
Yeah, he just outmaneuvered the blocker there.
Yeah, well, also, though, like, they do stupid things, right? Like, when he gets to this point, that guy, why doesn't he just turn and block that guy, right?
Because he needs to turn left towards the sideline for some reason.
Yeah, and that guy is just standing still. Like, he's not actually doing anything, right?
Yep.
You know, he's just going, durr.
Well, now he's got his back to the defense.
Yeah, and then he actually didn't block anybody because he could have turned around maybe and even put a block on that guy, but he didn't. So this play didn't fail because of the design. This play failed because of the execution, right?
Yeah, our personnel sucks.
In that two of those guys need to be executed.
Back to the play on the field.
Uh-oh, we got this guy out here now.
Get it done in the
Oh, man. Well, that's going to go straight down the middle of the field.
Think so?
Yep.
I don't know. I'm hoping that maybe it'll be a somewhat accurate punt.
Nope.
Because that's about as accurate as you can kick it.
This could be a good return.
Okay, well, after the holding penalty, we at least back him up to midfield.
Well, if your coverage is good enough that they got to commit holding, you're probably doing well.
It's first.
Yeah, well, it might have even been the guy I was controlling where I was, like, cutting him off toward the sideline there. And that guy was running behind me and kind of bumping into me.
Yep. Oh. Wow, I'm surprised we didn't get called on a face mask on that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just get lucky.
The quarterback is back in the shotgun.
Quarterback is a dick.
Man in motion. Stepping up with the throw.
Oh.
Pass is completed.
Now that right there is something that will drive you crazy, because they end up in these situations where they want to have like these interception. They want to go for the interception all the time. They end up in these interception animations. So that ball's coming in. That guy's in a position to stop it, but then he goes for the interception and gets stuck in this animation.
Yeah.
It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, all he had to do was wave his right arm at it, and he could have knocked it ball down, right?
I've always thought that they go for the interception way too much on defense, so...
Yeah,
I guess if you were
still
playing-
do that in Madden 05 too, right?
Yeah, I guess if you were playing user control, it wouldn't be as bad, right? Because you could decide to just bat it down all the time.
Thing is, you didn't really need to even bat that one down. You could have just controlled the player.
Yeah, just moved in front of it.
And moved him to stand in front of the intended receiver, and the ball would have hit you.
Yep.
Right? Like, it's... You know, like, you see a lot of things that they could have made Madden 05 so much better if they would have, A, kept some things from this game that were good, and just fixed some of the things in this game that needed to be fixed, right?
Yeah, well, if you could have a hybrid between the two games, that would be perfect.
Yeah, look at that. That defensive end just got through there and got another sack.
Wow. I'm getting a lot of sacks in this game. I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, that's about your third, I think.
Here is a third and long situation.
It's not like I'm playing any different coverage.
Oh, that's a different player. That was your backup that got that one.
Line up in the shotgun. Throwing. Almost got it.
There, and again, I'll just decline the penalty. Again, another unrecognizable route that he cuts off early and hits a defender in the hands with, right?
Yep.
And that's what I mean. Like, I experienced that kind of thing against the Goblins today all game long. And what would happen is either the receiver would get his hands on it and either knock it down or catch it.
Fair catch.
Or you know, like it would result in a knockdown or an interception or a catch, right?
Yep.
And it resulted with the All Madden team. It resulted in a catch far more often than it should have, right?
Number 37. They wanted to pound it through the middle, but they got pounded for a loss.
We got pounded for a loss.
Got in there,
Yep.
and brought down the back for a loss.
Well, let's see if we can get this to set up this time, hey?
All right.
pressure. Short throw. He finds
Oh, he slipped off of him.
You might have been able to hit Alderman on the crossing route.
Oh, I don't like throwing those unless the middle empties out, right? You see that? Like if there was nobody there, or even if this guy wasn't there, but you'd be surprised at how quickly, because you see where I am right now and I'm wanting to throw the ball right now. And if I throw the ball right now, that guy is going to move toward it too, right?
Yeah.
So basically, though, I had every reason to expect this to be a successful play. The only problem is the guy, once he got the block on, you know, like tight end versus cornerback should result in pancake block, right? But I guess since we're a cupcake team.
Well, with second stringers, I mean, we don't even know who the hell is playing tight end now.
Well, I've got 3 tight ends, so basically they'll have switched around, but they'll be basically the same 3 guys, right?
Third and long. Here's a look at the third down success rate of each team.
Third down conversions is a keeper stat. When you convert on third down, you keep 3 things. You keep your drive going, you keep their defense on the field, and you keep your defense resting on the sideline.
Drops back, looking downfield.
You just gave up a safety.
Yeah, well, that's because I couldn't throw the ball fast enough, right?
To score a point. Seems like he gave it a little extra today.
I can't kick it out of bounds either, because that would be a penalty, right?
Yep.
He gets the free kickoff.
Going. And he fair caught it.
Yeah, that's because I aimed it up a little bit.
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah,
well that's okay.
This guy isn't going to kick the ball any great length anyways, so I figured I might as well just make sure that the coverage can get up there and cover it, right? But you know what? I do have a lot of trouble passing in this game. The jam is very hard to deal with. And of course, when you end up with players that don't execute properly, you know, like it's and the wide pass rush that gets to you very fast.
Yep.
You know, like really, like I said, I'm a lot more scared of the Madden 04 defense than I ever will be of the Madden 05 defense, right?
Under pressure.
See that? He's hot potatoing it in there again. That's twice in a row, right?
Yep.
So you might want to put that zone defender in there again one of these times to see if you can get another pick.
Well, the only reason I lined up the way I did here is because they have 3 wide receivers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're lining up in that again.
Yeah, you see that? That's twice. That's 2 plays in a row that they've run this basically same pass, right? And he rushes it in there.
So let's pick up the action. First and 10. Ball on the 31-yard line. Get at him, Pete. Lucas sets up. Passing on first down. Throws it. He hits his receiver.
Now that time it was a little more to the outside because I actually have my short zone guy there.
Yeah, but again, I'm not really too sure what that pass is. You know?
I think that's supposed to be a post, but he cuts it off so early, like that's the break. And then he like takes like this weird super slow step forward to catch that.
Yeah. Well, that's actually the #1 thing they could have done to make fear the D is take away the psychic receiver thing, right? You know, make it so that receivers actually have to run their routes properly in order to be able to catch the ball.
First and 10 here. Ball on the 19-yard line.
Well, I'll come out in something like this, and we'll see how this works.
Dropping back to pass on the first down. With the throw.
Oh!
Good effort, but he was out of bounds.
If that pass had been low enough to keep it in play, you would have picked it off probably.
If he has to catch the ball out of bounds up.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. Pressure coming. Gets the pass off. Incomplete pass.
Well, at least we had the double coverage deep
This
there.
is just a
Yep.
beautiful play
That's
to
why I
force
still
the
play
incompletion.
man
He
coverage
comes
on the
out
wide
high.
receivers
He
here.
turns what could
Yeah,
be a
actually, at
touchdown
one
into a
time
heck of a
in
defensive
Madden
play.
05, at least, I used to do that too. I would play the outside guys in man coverage and then play zone with everybody else. And I might just, in this game here too, I might just go back to doing something like that again too, right?
And this is the 6th play of the
Because
drive.
you still have to guard deep, but it also really helps if you can guard the sidelines, right?
Closing in, looking
Can
Oh,
we
you
sack
got
his
him.
ass,
Yep.
please?
Chewing up the offensive line, and it's let-
Like, holy shit.
Yeah, look at how far he had to come back, right? You see that? However, that if you look at the pattern that took, where everybody kind of flows to the outside and then has to come back upfield, that's actually not unlike a lot of plays that you actually see in the game, right?
Yep. Yeah, and why does this fail? It fails because some guys are extra blockers, and as a result, you've got these guys hanging around in the middle, providing that extra coverage.
Yeah, you've got 5 men covering in the middle there, 4 guys in the middle right there, and then they're outnumbered 3-2 over there, right? And I don't know why you'd be sending 2 receivers deep from this position in the field anyway, because you can't throw a deep pass to those guys anyhow, because they'll run out the back of the end zone
on the field.
before you can throw a pass to them, right? It's too close.
No, and that's probably why he held onto it and got sacked.
Yeah.
This officially will be a 37-yard attempt. And it's on its way. The kick is good.
Well, he didn't have any trouble making that one.
Long way to go.
Well, 36 yards, I mean, just about anybody should be able to kick a 36-yard field goal, right?
Hold my beer.
Well, unless you're not actually a kicker, right?
From the 13-yard line. The visiting team will start the drive from the 28-yard line. Directing traffic. Roll back handoff. Number 25. Couldn't even
See,
get
I
You
wanna
think they're looking
show-
for the run?
Well, I want to show something interesting here too, right? Is that in Madden 05, these guys are all lined up shoulder to shoulder. There isn't a gap in them, right?
Yep.
Basically, you've got 4 defensive linemen. Like the defensive ends actually line up on the inside of the offensive tackles.
Yep.
Like the left defensive end would be lined up where this guy is.
Yeah, and the
Right.
defensive tackles are on the inside of the
Yeah.
guards.
And then in order to get this kind of run stopping, like what they did here, is they would have offensive linemen just skip blocks so that defensive linemen could just charge straight ahead and stuff you in the backfield, right?
Yep.
But look at how the Madden 04 defense defends the run, right? Like this looks like I should have some success at this.
Because it looks like it's fairly wide.
But look at what they do though. Like they do a really good job. There's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, because you see the linebackers loop around to the gaps.
Yeah, and what happened too is that this guy, because he's lined up really wide like this, I mean, if he'd have been on a looping pass rush or something, then he would have been taken out of the play and I would have had room to run up here, right?
Well, but look at the behavior of the middle linebacker, too.
But yeah, but still, because of the, like it's a luck of the draw kind of thing, but he had obviously some kind of a pinch assignment here, right?
Yeah.
Because he moves to the inside right to from the start. And that tight end is just no match for him. It would have been nice if the tackle had helped him out a little with a double team, but the tackle obviously responded to the middle linebacker coming toward him, right?
Yep.
So basically what happens here is that they collapse and shut that gap down. You know, like, and the only reason that I don't lose yards on this is because I'm starting only 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep.
With that running back position. But still, they do you know, like, you can defend the run without piling 11 guys on the line, right? You know, the only difference is that I got no gain there instead of a loss of 4 or whatever, right?
Yep.
And their defense is actually harder to read here because of the way they're spaced. You know, like I don't, like it looks like I could run up the middle on the right side there, but then I don't know, right?
This is probably the right call here anyways.
Yeah, well, if they shift the line one way or the other, I'm always going to try to run to the side that they've shifted to, or away from, I mean. But,
comes out in their nickel package.
So this is the nickel, huh? Wow, are they ever spread out?
Man in motion.
Yeah, well, their nickel is like my nickel wide. If I did have a nickel in this
game. Again.
There's a flag on the play.
Penalties come down to discipline.
I'm too busy being a tourist here, and I'm not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing.
9 yards to go. Oakland lines up with 7 guys in the secondary. Looking for an option. Gets rid of it.
Oh, he dropped it.
You had it.
Yeah, but you see what I did here again, right? This is another anti-jam technique.
Yep.
Is I just start him on in motion, and then I snap the ball. Because this defender, if he's playing press coverage, he cannot jam this guy if he's moving sideways when the play starts. And I managed to beat him to the inside. The only thing is that this guy...
He's wide receiver 5. So.
Yeah, he can't catch, right? So
yeah.
So he dropped the pass.
Back to the game.
But basically, I as far as I'm concerned, that was a perfectly executed play up until the point where the ball hit the receiver's hands.
Yep.
So the lineup is on.
Yeah, that was just his low statistics that caused that to be a drop. Because he's just a really bad player.
Well, this is going to... Is this going to... Oh, okay, it is going to make it past the first down marker, at least.
Yeah, well, it's really easy to shank punts with a bad punter.
Yeah, this guy's a bad punter, too, right? He is.
Yeah, what's his overall rating if we just take a quick look at him? I think he's, like, literally trash.
Yeah, his overall rating is 39. Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not good. He's not a good player.
And we're back.
I think he's averaging like 18 yards per punt or something, right?
Using motion.
Come on, partner.
Oh, I just couldn't get back there.
Yeah.
Nice pickup on the
I think I just barely missed him there. That was my bad. I'm still not used to how sensitive the movement is in this game, though.
Yeah, everything does seem to move at a slightly different speed, right?
With the pass. Incomplete. Well, the quarterback did his part.
He did a nice
What did that
job
route
getting
look
in
like?
position.
I think that was just a quick curl, actually.
Yeah.
He just dropped that. Not that this defender couldn't have made a play on it. He just...
Yeah, it went right in front of him. You know, he's just traveling along his path, right?
I don't know, maybe you gotta hash that up to second string players being in. They're all just like, durr.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little over 4 to go.
I've seen first string players do that too, though, right? You know, really, especially when all it took was like a short step forward and stick one hand out, right? You know?
Pass off the mark, and it's now 4th down.
And that becomes an incomplete pass.
Yep. Yeah, I'm not sure if that's like a dice roll thing that they do based on player statistics or what they make a determination as to whether or not a defensive player is going to step in front of a ball and swat at it or not. As far as I'm concerned, if it comes anywhere near him, he should probably step at it and swat at it.
Well, you know what?
No return here.
Oh. Oh, look at that. Okay, accept the penalty. Because that one, I don't think was a touchback. I think he kept it out. And I'd much rather have it at the 19.
So they have 1st and 10 here. Ball on their own 19.
So aside from that one touchdown pass, I haven't had much luck here.
Drops back. surveys the field, gets rid of it.
Sometimes when you see things developing like that, too, sometimes you want to throw it quick, and sometimes when you see certain things happening like this, you know, especially when those guys start to back up, sometimes you just want to wait and see what develops, right?
Yep.
And that time I waited, and it paid off, because then this linebacker playing the flat zone over here, well, that guy turned around and blocked him in the back and got away and got away with it
in this game.
Yeah, and then this guy turned around and got the corners and like that's what should happen. Tight end on cornerback. Basically, you should see that picture almost every time, right?
If we had tight ends worth of shit.
Well, because a tight end weighs, what, 260, 270, and most corners weigh around anywhere between 180 and maybe 200 pounds, right?
Yep.
They're giving away like 60, 70, 80 pounds. So if I'm a tight end and I'm blocking a guy that weighs 80 pounds less than me, I should be able to do this to him, right? Like most of the time.
Yeah, I'm surprised you got away with that block in the back, but we do have penalties turned up. They're not turned down, they're turned up.
Well, you know what?
Points.
That may have been an animation thing. Maybe the guy was actually half turned toward me enough that I got away with it. I don't know. Or maybe the referee just plain didn't see it.
Yeah, maybe. You see the guy arguing with the ref after the play?
Well, I'm not going anywhere on that.
Collins couldn't escape the pursuit and was cut down quickly.
These guys up front are very tough to block because they can use their size and strength to get excellent leverage on running plays. Sometimes they struggle a little with their consistency, but they always seem to be a big factor when the game's on the line.
Okay, well, let's see what happens here.
Get set.
Give it all you got, D. Come on. We'll see. Snake eyes. Here come the heat. Hut.
Throwing. He hits his
There, you see that?
Defensive end.
That pass in.
Yeah, but look at this. See, he wasn't playing a zone. He's pass rushing, and look at how fast he reacts to that.
Yep.
But you'll notice the behavior here, right? And that's why sometimes you want to hang on to the ball a little longer and let this guy. It's like any other screen pass. Sometimes you have to sell it a little bit and get the defense to come down the field toward you a bit more, right? Because this guy is fast enough, obviously, that he can make that distance up. And because I have to, like, I'm forced to, even if I press right on the D-pad, like I'm doing here, well, he's not just going to turn to his left because he can't turn left. That's Derek Zoolander. that's Derek Zoolander out there. He can't turn left, right?
Yep.
So he's got to turn right before he can start to run up the field. You know, because I tried. If I could have turned left there, I would have. Right? And I might have been all right. But you have to have enough time to be able to do that weird three-quarter circle so that you can turn around and run up the field, right?
Speaking of which, I think we got a replay to showcase that kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll do that in the next episode. Because we got Derek Zoolander out there playing safety.
Yeah, it's a real problem in this game. Nobody can turn left.
That's right. Well, I don't think this is going to be any better.
This is going to go the other way. Maybe the wind will help you out.
Yeah, I don't know. Wow, that guy almost blocked it. Did you see that?
I didn't.
From the 42-yard line.
Well, at least the coverage was okay. So that's another thing they could have done as an improvement to the game, not necessarily for the defense, but for the offense and for the defense too, is give players the ability to turn appropriately to the direction that you press your controller, right?
Yep.
You know, like if your player is facing you on the screen here and you press the right stick or the right D-pad or whatever, well, that player should be able to turn to his left and run that way. He shouldn't have to turn in a three-quarter circle to his right before he goes that way, right? You know, like there's just things like that they could have done, and they could have made Madden 05 so much better just by keeping the game the way it was in this version and then fixing those other little things, right? And then if they wanted to add a feature or two here, I don't see why they couldn't have.
with the throw.
No, there's that hot potato again.
Yeah, that hot potato mystery hybrid streak post, whatever the hell it was. Yeah, we don't know what pattern that is, but yeah, they like to throw that.
Yeah, and he's gonna throw it, damn it.
Yep.
They went back to the run on that.
Well, that play was a mess on both sides of the ball.
Yeah.
When you're down like this,
But that's another thing too. Like I said earlier too, they needed to take away the psychic receiver thing, right? And they still have that in Madden 05 anyway.
Here comes the heat. Give it all you got.
Pressure, throwing. Almost picked off. John, I don't know how
So what's the difference that time? Well, it was a linebacker that time.
Yeah.
Eh?
Playing the flat zone.
Yeah.
For the defense. He just forgot to bring the ball with him.
In fact, that was the same linebacker who let it pass by his head on another play. So I don't know.
Well, maybe it was just by happy coincidence he happened to be in the path of the ball.
And this is the 5th play of this drive. Stepping up, passing to the left.
Oh, that was
there
that
he-
again.
Yeah, that was that again, only that time he couldn't hold on to it.
Frustrating for a guy when he knows he could have kept
Oh,
the
they're going to
drive
go
going,
on 4th
but he just
down
couldn't
now.
Hang on to the pass.
But you know what? That could be why they made the jam coverage so strong in this game too, because it could have been the only way they could think of to deal with the psychic receiver thing, right?
Yeah,
because that was the psychic receiver thing there again, right?
Yep.
Hey, they actually said our team name.
Did they?
Yeah, the Elves take over at their own 29-yard line, 1st and 10.
Oh, wow, I didn't even realize. I guess that word's in the game.
Yeah, I guess so. That's funny. Who'd have thunk it? Well, I'm going to try this play out. I haven't run this play in a game yet, so I have no idea how it's going to work.
I'm sure it'll work fine.
I don't know. I guess we're going to find out.
Well, either that or you'll have Lewis running up the field trying to hand the ball off.
Hand it off.
Well, it didn't work very well.
Didn't get any help from his offensive line.
What happened there anyway? I thought I had lots of blockers.
I think everybody got picked up. It's just,
Everybody got engaged. It's just that my tight end is a crappy blocker by the looks of it.
Yep.
He just got beaten like a rented mule.
Yeah, and then the guy lays the big hit on you to boot.
Yeah, adds insult to injury. Well, it's 3rd down and 4 now. Huh. Okay, well,
You know he ain't helping you get up off the field after that one. He's lost this game, so he's bitter.
He's look at that. Look at the offensive totals, though, right?
I think this defense
Like
looks
I haven't done all that much on offense to get 41 points.
Well, 7 of those are from a special teams play.
He's looking.
God damn, and you see that? He just jumped up and knocked that pass down. Like, there's nothing I can do to avoid that.
He got his hands up and he knocked it down.
Right? The pass rush in this game is just so strong, and those guys are so smart.
Offense couldn't get it done, and they'll line up to punt.
Well, let's see if we can punt it this way this time. Well, we're definitely going to punt it that way.
Well, it's over midfield, so fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. We'll just finish the entire game on this half of the field.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just keep running 3 plays. Maybe I should just run the ball 3 times before I punt. It'll take more time off the clock. See that?
It's that road again.
Yeah, you need to stick a hook zone in that area or something, because they're passing there all the time.
Yeah,
right?
well, see, I've only got... I could whip out like a cover 2 in the middle of the field.
Well, do that.
I think that's a terrible idea, though.
Well, no, I do it.
So they have 1st and 10.
Because cover 2, with a cover 2, the safeties play a better deep zone than they do in Madden 05, right? It's a totally different ball game, and you see that?
I thought that was about to be picked off, John.
You know, he didn't pick it off, but at least he didn't let the receiver make the catch either.
Yeah, let's take a look at the outside here. Right?
Yeah, you're
Because
playing.
this guy's playing a flat, and this guy's playing the hook zone.
Yeah. Yeah, and your safeties are playing back deep, but they sent 4 guys short there, right?
Yep.
See here, if you got some kind of a version that covers the flats but will still cover some wide receivers, you know, like you don't have to go full on zone either. You can go partial man, but you need either hook zones out there or curl flats or something. You need somebody to have a presence in that part of the field just to discourage them from throwing those kinds of passes, right?
Come on, partner.
Pressure with the pass.
See, they're doing it again.
This pass is
Only that time you had a guy there, right?
That's another one of those deals where he was looking to run before he had
Yeah, I
the
really
ball.
couldn't tell you what the hell they're doing out
Yeah,
there.
it's like a broken record. That I've watched, and they've thrown that pass to that area of the field like 7 times since halftime, right?
Third down play here. Ball on the
And they're
43-yard
probably going to
line.
try and do it again.
Number 46, the deep man. Under pressure.
Yeah,
throws it.
see
This
that?
ball's incomplete.
Only that time you rolled your you rolled your coverage guy into the middle of the field. So
Yeah, I don't know. They do that kind of thing all day long.
yeah.
About the only way to stop that is if you had corners playing a hook zone.
Well, I know you don't play much pure 3-4, but what I do to cure that
To the goal line.
is I go
That one
with
appeared to have gone off the side of his foot.
Wow.
And he waves for the fair catch.
a standard 3-4, and I play 3 linebackers locked in man coverage. I play the cornerbacks in flat zones, the safeties both in deep zones, and then I use 1 outside linebacker as the 4th pass rusher.
Lewis
So it's
sets
basically a 4-man rush, right?
up. This one is handed off. Collins couldn't get out of the back.
I think they were
That was
blitzing the
just
corner there,
defensive
eh?
line getting lower than the offensive line. When your defensive guys up front can control the line of scrimmage, it makes it very difficult to move the ball on offense.
Get in there, man.
Everybody's pressing down. They're pressing down.
Pressure coming with the pass.
And he dropped it.
Incomplete pass.
Maybe I
No
should
one near
just
that time. Now it's
punt?
third down after the
Punt now, right?
You know, really, this guy's lack of power is killing us in the punt game.
Yeah. But if they can't, if I can kick it as far as he can kick it down the field and they can't return it, maybe that will help.
Here's the punt.
Although that guy's almost catching up to it. There we go.
Nice.
That will change the field position. That's another thing, though. I'm surprised that they neglected to fix this. I guess most people just never occurred to them to punt on 3rd down, right? I guess they're not from Canada. In Canada, in Canadian football, 3rd down is like 4th down, right? Like if you fail to make a 1st down on 2nd down, 3rd down is the turnover down, right?
Playing off of it. Gets the toss to the left. Number 46 was dragged down before he could get to the line of scrimmage.
They have great size and quickness up front. That allows them to hold up against the run while also giving them the speed to rush the passer when they drop back to pass.
Stay after it. Hit him low. Here comes the heat.
They'll go from the shotgun. Throws it.
Wow. You see that? They just have no fucks to give, right? Like, look at that. Why is he throwing that pass, right?
Because it's Madden 04, man.
You know, like there's literally that guy was triple covered and not just loose coverage either. Like that was a massive 4-way collision, right?
Don't worry, man. If it's an all Madden team, he catches that.
Yeah, actually, in a lot of cases, there's a distinct possibility that even in this game, he could have caught that.
Snake eye.
This team has to start converting on 3rd down if they're going to be successful.
Ain't nothing.
Dropping back. Closing in. Looking downfield. Throwing. Incomplete pass.
Oh, look at that. Defensive pass interference.
Oh, well.
It's 1st and 10.
I guess that was just a little bit too enthusiastic pass defense.
The quarterback gets set with only one back behind him. Tosses it right.
Well, that's okay, because now they're going to run the ball.
About 2
And
yards.
they're going to move backwards.
Second and long. Ball on their own 26.
Drop back, drop. You got it.
Throws it.
There, see? Flat zone defender stops the outside pass, right?
That's what you look for. You have guys watch film each week. You try and figure out where he likes to go with the ball in certain situations. Then when you face that situation in the game,
See, I know we've been
you're right there in position.
mostly playing Madden
Not
05 the last several, like, few years, so you don't play cover 2 in that version of the game because you just don't dare.
Defense really bears down
But-
on 3rd down.
It is a reasonably effective way to play defense in this game.
Well, here's
right?
your cover 4 with flat zones.
Yep.
Number 12 is looking for a good punt here. Here's the kick. And he chooses not to return this one.
There was no need to try and return that
They
one.
just never block
He
those
made the right
gunners.
decision there.
Yep.
You know, it's funny, because in the practice games, you get a lot of opportunities where we get to return punts, but we don't think we've had the ability to actually demonstrate that much on here. It's just the way it's all played out.
Yeah, I guess so, hey.
Hand it off to the back.
When the camera's on, things just work out differently.
Yeah, well, that worked out okay.
It's like the stands are very empty.
Yeah, they've
Second and
emptied
5.
out. Well, I mean,
Ball
when
on
you're
their
up
own 46.
41-5, the chances are pretty good that this game is not going to go their way.
Looks like he's changing the play.
90 ball. Red, 25.
I don't know if I can even do this to this player, but we'll try.
Dropping back.
Nope.
Pressure. With the throw.
Oh, threw it to the wrong
The
guy.
40. The 30.
Come on,
The
you.
20.
Get up there.
The 10.
Yeah.
So the blitz coming and just threw it up for grabs.
Hey, when you
I
send
pressed the
blitz,
wrong button
your guys
again.
in
I saw the
secondary
guy
are in good
running the
position.
crossing route
That's the kind of thing
underneath,
that's gonna happen.
and I
The
wanted to
whole
throw it to
defense
him,
should
but
get
I
credit for
froze.
that interception.
After the interception, they'll take over in good scoring position.
Set.
McCoy
Drop
moves
down,
in
Ron,
motion.
drop down. Hut.
Under pressure, floats one into the end zone. What a play in the end zone by the defender to tip it away.
He's just lucky that guy didn't pick it off. An interception in the end zone would just kill you. Not only do you lose your chance to score on the drive, but the offense gets it back at the 20.
That all you
We
got?
do?
Set. Poke out right. Hut.
Drops back to the end zone. Touchdown. Oakland.
I even had the zone, deep zone in the middle there, and it just doesn't matter because they just don't play it well.
I bet you they keep a better eye on him the next time they get down there near the goal line.
I don't know, goal line defense is pretty hard in this game.
Yeah, I think you need to add a few more things to that one, though, because with those players that you have close to the line that extend widely
This
out
game is pretty
on
much
either
been
side of the
decided.
offensive
They
formation,
could
I'm
even
pretty
bring in the
sure
backups if they
you
want.
could crash like two of your linemen in one direction and then blitz one of those outside
Hey,
guys,
that's
right?
just a great
I
job
already
by
got a
the
couple of those where I
offense.
blitz
See the
those
defense
outside
on their
guys.
heels,
No, but only
defending
one,
such a short
and
field,
cover
they go right at them for the
then
score.
do coverage on the other side, right? You know, like you just try and overload one side of the defense,
Eagle left.
and then you can rotate like use your zone coverages to rotate defenders into the area that you blitz from, right?
Well, I think the thing that drives me nuts about that particular last play is that where they threw that pass, you have a hook zone guy who's supposed to be dropping back there on that play, and then you also have the deep zone guy who's supposed to be dropping back in the middle, and then it's a cover 3 scheme with the hook zone underneath supporting the deep zone there. But I don't know where the hell they were. They were just nowhere to be found. These things just break down. They just break down almost instantly. Unless you can get instant pressure, your coverage just instantly breaks down. And it doesn't matter even if you draw your plays such that your players are positioned perfectly or not. Probably I'd just be better off sending 6 all the time, and just like having an overwhelming pass rush all the time.
That's what I try to do. I try really hard to overload, and I'm willing to send extra people if need be, right? Because down at the goal line, it's do or die. You either take the ball away from them, or they score.
Collins. The running back finds his way into the open field and picks up the first down.
And what happened was they missed him with the blitz. And when they did that, there were no linebackers to converge. And that's how he got by the first down.
Well, I don't think I'm going to throw another pass in this game.
It's just taking away the risk factor?
Yeah, I'm basically going to make a commitment here to run the ball 3 times and then punt.
Number 37, Abraham stops him for negative yardage. Number 37 couldn't pick up.
Yeah, that number 92 there is a menace.
Yeah, their defense is pretty tough. Like their front 7 is pretty strong.
Makes it tough to find openings when you're running the ball.
They got nothing. Far out.
Looks like he's changing the play. Number 25. 1 yard.
Well, you got back to the line of scrimmage on that one.
Yeah, but you see a lot of this because their defensive line is actually pretty strong. You see a lot of this kind of thing going on, right?
Yeah,
like
where he's
right
actually pushing that guy around.
Yeah. But I'm going to reiterate, though, I really like the way the offensive line plays.
Because they actually target the front 7.
They actually play their positions. They actually do it properly. This is not Madden 05, where in Madden 05, in order to get this result on a run play, basically they would have just had this guy, like run past him up here, and that guy would
target
just,
the strong safety.
Yeah, that guy would have just run into the backfield, right?
Yep.
But now in Madden 04, though,
they actually outplays that guy.
You see, but look at what the guards do too, right? Like they don't have any offensive linemen to match up against.
One enters a double team, and then breaks away.
Yeah, well, it might have been nice if he'd have stayed there a little bit longer. I don't know. But, oh yeah, okay, this guy right here. Might have been nice if that guy had, because it would have helped maybe to wedge the hole open a little, but...
He chooses to pick up the linebacker instead.
But still, even if he does that, though, like even if he does that, this linebacker's going to run through the hole then too, right? So it's kind of 6 of one and half a dozen of the other. But, you know what? Everybody engages somebody in the front 7. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like they're, like this guy at least engages that guy. He gets beaten, but at least he tried to block him. It wasn't like he just skipped him, right?
Yep.
And that kind of thing, I think, is really, really poor in Madden 05. And that's what we mean, folks, when we talk about Madden 05. Fear the offensive miscue, right?
Yeah, because they just don't... It's not that they can't block anybody, it's that they don't block anybody.
Yeah.
Whereas in Madden 04, it's not that they don't block anybody, they just can't block anybody.
Well, sometimes they can, though, right?
Yeah, true. Attempts are better than nothing.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at this play, this was a successful run play. Mind you, it was against a defense that's intended to stop the pass. But again, you look at, like, how many times have we run a play like this when we've got a big lead in Madden 05?
And then it just gets stuffed in the backfield.
And it gets stuffed in the backfield because these two guys skip this block and he just runs in here and that guy doesn't know what to do and doesn't pick anybody up.
It's because, man, the quarter defense is just the ultimate run defense.
Yeah, but you see that, though? You know, like, even though this is a custom-drawn play, look at what the tackle does. He actually tries to wedge that guy outside
And make the room to run through.
And the center gets on the nose tackle, and then the guard actually goes over and helps out, and then blocks that guy.
Yep.
Which is what created this hole for me to run through, right?
Yeah, they're all doing their jobs out there.
They're
Exactly what you'd expect.
They're all
them to
doing
do.
what you would expect them to do. And yeah, you know what? Against a quarter defense, if I can't run for 7 yards, I think there's definitely something wrong, right?
Yep. And I mean, you ran for 7 yards against a strong D team here with their near all Madden quality defense.
That's right.
Because it's a quarter defense.
Yeah. Well, hopefully I can make this bounce around and roll a little bit until the 2-minute warning. Anyway. Atta boy, just drag it out a few extra seconds.
God.
Put an end to this game right now.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, I know I've beaten it to death, but playing Madden 04, even though it's awfully tough on offense, I really like the way that, for the most part, the offensive line at least does their jobs.
Yeah.
You know?
Backs are lined up in an eye. With the pass.
Ooh.
No, he had 2 tries at that one.
Yeah, that was another one of those hot potato mystery routes, eh?
Perfect opportunity to make.
Yeah, I don't know what that was. But I'm playing him in a hook zone, so...
Yeah. Yeah, look at that. He doesn't even turn around for that ball, right? Until it's already almost to him.
Let's get back to the action on the field.
I don't know. I got no idea what they're trying to do out there.
Well, see, that's how they manage to get rid of the ball so quickly that you can't get to him with pressure, right? Is that they basically, by the time the receivers run 5 or 6 yards down the field, they're throwing it to him already, right?
Good play in the backfield by McAllister.
Wow, that guy's got 3 sacks. That's that scrub outside linebacker.
Snake eyes. Come on.
It's the pass off.
There, see, he just hot potatoed another one out there.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know what I'm playing out there? I'm just playing cover 4.
Yeah.
Chance at an interception than he had
I
right
gave
there.
up on the man coverage thing after a while. I just back the safeties off and play cover 4.
So they'll line up the punt after going 3 and out. Here's the punt. And he signals for the fair catch.
He did the right thing.
There's a team meeting in my face.
Yeah.
This one is just about in the books.
First and 10. Ball on the 50-yard line. Eagle left. Bring that pain, baby. Set.
Lewis directing traffic. Number 25. Rumbles ahead for a yard, maybe 2.
Looks like they're not going to use their timeouts.
Nope. Well, that's okay.
Runs another play, and then they call a timeout.
2nd and 9 coming up here. Ball on the 49-yard line.
You got him. You got him.
Wow, okay. Well, we'll give this play one more try here before we decide to drop it in favor of something else.
Bulldog under.
I mean, I don't know. If you consider this alignment, I don't think it's working that bad. I think it's just these guys are just, like, impenetrable when they have, you know... This is basically a 10-man box.
Another run.
With the second-string halfback.
Okay, well, I got a couple of yards there.
Oh, I'd just run
So
it.
as they get set to try to convert, here's what both teams have done
Well,
on
we're
third
practicing.
Third down
right?
conversions are usually a good barometer of how well your offense is playing. It means that your offense is making big plays when they need them.
Ain't nothing. Yeah.
So we'll let the clock run down here a little bit, and if I screw up and throw an interception or something, it won't matter that much.
Snake eyes. Here come the heat.
Closing in, gets the pass off, and it's caught. And he picks up about 4.
Ha! And then they called a
They called a
timeout.
timeout with 8 seconds left.
Oh my god.
Get a good return.
Wow.
I guess you could see how high you could punt this.
Well, I don't know. Let's see.
So 3 and out.
I guess,
and they'll line
yeah,
up
sure.
to punt.
Let's do that.
A lot of hang time. Very deep.
Wow, look at that. We still... Wow, that was a high punt.
Well, it got the job done, though, didn't it?
Yeah, actually, I don't even remember the game now, but I remember seeing a game where this punter kicked the ball so high that, you know how they have those scoreboards hanging over top of the stadium?
Yep.
Well, he kicked the ball and it hit the bottom of the scoreboard, right?
Oh, God.
Steps up into the pocket. Rolls left. Gives this one a ride to the left. Incomplete.
Well, that turned out to be an easier game than I thought it would be, but...
Well, I think, you know, the turnovers and that kickoff return for a touchdown really sealed it away.
Yep.
Because you take that away, then you take 14 points away. This is a closer game.
Yeah, not much closer, though. I mean, what, did they get 12 points?
Yep. Well, who knows, though? They might have marched down the field.
And 9 of those points were my fault. That right? That wasn't you. That was me. Well, let's see how we did here. So I managed to pass for a whopping 129 yards. And I ran for 88 yards, but we only turned the ball over twice as opposed to their 4 times. So
the year of the turnover.
Yeah. See, they ran for, well, they didn't really generate much offense either, right?
Yeah, it was shitty on both sides of the ball.
Yeah. However, we did have a lot more time of possession, but not as much as in Madden 05, right? Like in Madden 05, pretty typically our time of possession is up around 40 minutes, right?
Or more.
Or more, yeah.
I think it's the lack of first downs.
Yeah, so I threw a touchdown and an interception with each quarterback. But Lewis there, he struggled a little. Although he didn't get any help from that one pass that got dropped. So 14 carries for 38 yards, 11 carries for 24 yards, 8 carries. One thing, though, I didn't fumble the ball this game, at least.
Miraculously.
Miraculously. We're running by committee out here now. So the halfback got 5 catches and the wide receiver got 5 catches. And that guy, I think, is going to be an important player. You see that? Like he's a 257-pound guy, right?
Yep.
And
Bulker would be tight end too.
Yeah, and there's another tight end. He's 248 pounds. And there should be, maybe there aren't any statistics for a third tight end here.
He just was out there. He didn't do anything. He was just out there.
Well, thing is, though, maybe he got a pancake block or something. I don't know. No, he was just out there. He didn't get any statistics. But, like you look at... cornerbacks, right? 187 pounds compared to 254 pounds, right?
Yep.
Like that's a considerable size difference.
Let's see here. Got some tackles for a loss this game.
Yep.
And a whole bunch of sacks. Look at this guy.
Yep, that guy McAllister, he's just ripping it up in there. He got 6 sacks in this game. 3 interceptions.
Yeah, including 2 by this guy.
Yep. So Thomas and Rich on the interceptions. And look at all the pass knockdowns, right? 7, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 pass knockdowns, right?
Well, but when you're getting hit in the hands over and over.
Yeah. And Santa Claus scores the defensive touchdown. So I think Santa Claus has got to be the player of the game there. He got a sack and a fumble recovery for a touchdown, and he also returned a kickoff for a touchdown.
Hey man, he's always player of the game.
Yeah.
I don't think they did so well.
Well, like I said, neither side generated much offense, right?
Yeah, one guy didn't complete a lot of passes and only threw 1 interception, and the other guy threw a whole bunch of interceptions but completed more passes.
Yeah. So they did run the ball a little bit, right?
And they did well at it when they did.
Yeah. Well, like this guy got 3 scrambles, so they handed it off to a running back 17 times, and they passed 46 times. So, it still is a little unbalanced, right? Like the play selection is a little unbalanced.
Yep.
And that guy dropped 4 passes, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 drop passes, right? But they weren't good players, and they also, a lot of those were contested passes as well.
Yep.
And I think that if they're throwing it into that tight a coverage and where they're actually getting hit while they're trying to catch the ball, I think that you should take that statistic with a grain of salt, really.
I think that defensive end there was real trouble for you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, the defensive ends in this game are, like really, especially knocking down passes, right? Like
yeah, yes. So that guy has 2. How many? Oh, that's the blitzing middle linebacker.
Yeah.
Defensive tackle.
Yeah. So out of the 3 passes that were knocked down, 3 of them were knocked down by the defensive line, right?
Yeah.
But you also have to look at the number of passes that I threw, too, because I only threw the ball 31 times, right?
Yep.
And, I ran the ball 25, 33, 35 times. So I have a much more balanced offensive approach than the AI does.
Especially these guys.
So I throw a lot less passes.
Yeah, and again, like, because I'm not sure if it's success at a particular play, which determines what their play calling is going to be, or if that's a coaching thing, or if it's just like random. Because they had like really good success running for the few run plays that they did call.
Yeah, it's just that they don't do it very, very much, right? But anyway, I guess the real test will be the next game when we play against the All Madden Stingers.
Oh, we're going to get creamed.
Probably. I know I had a great deal of trouble against Green Bay earlier today in the test league. So anyway, until next time.
I'm RecB5.
And I'm Sandman99.
Merry Christmas.